This is Rob Temple Boxing Social in association with Betfred. Delighted to be joined by unbeaten Commonwealth middleweight champion Felix Cash. We're here at the Matchroom Elite Gym for a socially distanced catch-up. How are you, Felix?
Not too bad, you?
Not bad, mate, not bad. For people who obviously can't see me, I do have a mask on, so Felix is looking at me stranger than usual. That's the reason. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good, mate, thanks. Yeah, good. Just finished training now, so all good.
Got yourself a fight date. You return at Matchroom fight camp against Jason Welborn. Talk to me about the fight.
Yeah, it's a good fight, good fight. It'll be a good entertaining fight, I think, for as long as it lasts. You know, he's a tough, come forward, comes to the fight, Jason does, so he'll make a good fight in the night.
What was it about Jason Welborn? Talk to me about a little bit about how that fight came to be made.
Listen, I think Eddie just made a phone call, said, you know, do you want this fight? And we just said yeah. We just said yeah straight away. So I think he was the only name that come up who to fight. So he come up and said, do you want Jason Welborn? I said, I'll fight whoever. So he's the man now that's stepping up.
Obviously we've seen Jason Welborn in the past, the boxing around on domestic level, but we've also seen him box for a world title. He boxed Jarrett Hurd on the Wilder Fury 1 undercard. How excited are you to have the opportunity to prove yourself against the former world title champion?
Yeah, definitely. I'm very excited again. Listen, he's been in with some good fighters, mixing a very, very good level, and obviously, like you say, fought for a world title. But he's fought very like Liam Smith. He's fought Matthew Mackin, got a good while back. But he's been around. He's been in with obviously very good operators. But he's also been beat by the good operators. So you know, I feel like, you know, I'm a very good operator too. So I feel like this fight is going to show my skills, and you know, and show everyone like this is what I'm about and this is where I'm heading.
Now people can't see you because the camera is just above your shoulders, but you are in fantastic condition. Not the same can be said for every fighter in lockdown. What have you been doing in the time away just to keep yourself in shape?
Yeah, I'm not the type of fella that puts a lot of weight on anyway. You know, I'm quite lean. I think I'm quite lean anyway. But you know, I've been taking over. You know, I've been doing running in bits and pieces in the lockdown period. There's nothing else to do anyway, so. Just keep myself taking over and keep myself in shape. So when I've come back here, I've already got a good bit of fitness and a good bit of fitness in the bank.
You're looking forward to fight camp? A little bit of a strange vibe.
It's going to be very weird. It's going to be very weird, isn't it? It's going to be very, very weird. But I think with no crowd there, but it's going to be weird. But the atmosphere. But once a fella tries to take your head off, you won't be long getting soaked up for it and getting stuck in when he's trying to take your head off.
Can you imagine? I mean, you've kind of touched upon it there, but I mean, your last fight, for example, or when you boxed Jack Cullen, obviously he brought a significant fan base with him, really great atmosphere, turned into a fantastic fight. Are you bothered at all about not being a crowd? I'm
not bothered, no. Obviously you prefer the crowd there because obviously it'd be better atmosphere, but listen, it's a fight at the end of the day, and you don't matter where you fight at. When the fella's trying to take your head off, mate, you won't be long getting into the fight gear and getting down into the nitty gritty. So listen, it's a fight, isn't it? It's going to be very weird, obviously, but it's one of them things. There's nothing you can do about it. It's out of everyone's hands.
You'll be topping the bill as well.
Yeah, topping the bill, first time topping the bill, so it's a good platform for me. You know, a lot of people will be tuning in. First time, you know, topping the bill, and a lot of people will be tuning in. So it's a great stage and a great opportunity for me to, you know, to put on a good performance and raise my profile and get myself out there.
And we've spoken in the past about you kind of not quite flying under the radar, but something similar like that in your career as a pro. Obviously, you've been calling out for these big fights. Jason Welborn fits into that category. Good step up for you. Despite obviously this year being so interrupted with coronavirus, how excited are you? How much are you looking forward to stepping on and getting these bigger fights under your belt?
Yeah, exactly. You know, I was meant to be fighting Sorokin in my last fight. The fight was all confirmed, but announced. But everything was confirmed, agreed. Sorokin, obviously, he fought for eliminated for world title against John Ryder. Obviously, got beat by John Ryder. So I was heading for these big fights. You know, I'd done a whole camp last time and find out a week before that things been called off. So, you know, it was a bit of a nightmare. So now, you know, I'm ready to go, you know, to get back in there now and getting these big fights. I don't want to be waiting around too much longer, you know what I mean? I want to obviously fight Jason, hopefully do a job on him and then move on, step up. I want to get on getting these big fights.
You mentioned that Jason Welborn is a step up and he's boxed for a world title. What is different about him compared to your other fighters? What kind of stylistic problems or issues are you expecting to
I expect him to come to fight, you know what I mean? He's going to come to fight, you know, and that's what I expect. I expect him to be there, you know what I mean? I don't think I'm going to have to go looking for him. But, you know, we'll have to wait and see in the night what problems he brings. But whatever problem he gets, I'm full confident in dealing with it and doing a job on him.
Now, last time that I was in the match with him was probably, I think, around January, end of January, and you were one of the few people who told me unreservedly that Tyson Fury was going to dominate Deontay Wilder. That's what happened. This is the first time I've spoken to you since then. What did you make of his performance in February?
I was unreal, wasn't it? I didn't think he was going to dominate him like that. I thought he'd win on points, but listen, he just beat him up, didn't he? He just showed all Deontay Wilder's weaknesses, didn't he? He showed that he's not the greatest boxer in the world. He's just a one-trick pony with a devastating right hand. It's a very good trick, but it didn't work for him on that night.
There's something we've spoken about in the past. I mean, I did an interview with John Hedges recently, who's just turned over, obviously, with Matchroom, traveller background like yourself. What's it like for you to see somebody like Tyson Fury not only flying the flag for British boxing, but also the travelling community and really pushing the traveller community to the top ends of the sport?
It's great, isn't it? It's great. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Especially heavyweight champion, unified heavyweight champion, and and then come back and winning the WBC, the one bet he never had. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable for us, and to see that it's not impossible. Nothing's impossible in this world, and you just got stick at it and believe, and anything's possible.
What does that mean for the next generation of traveller boxers coming through to see that?
I think you're going to see a lot of travellers boxers over the next 10 years. You're going to see one hell of a lot of good talent, travelling good sports people coming up and going the whole way with it now. Now they're seeing so many other people doing it. Not just at that level, even domestic level. Like you've got Matt Mordy, who's British, European, Commonwealth, and you've got me, Commonwealth champion. You've got so many other fighters. You've got John Doherty now. He's a prospect coming up, looking good. So you've got so many other young, not just the big guys that play. You're getting the other big guys getting in the big shows and big arenas and on TV, and they're all going to think I can do this too. If they're doing it, I'll do it too.
You mentioned John Doherty. He's another person who's going to be returning at fight camp. Must be good to have another campmate who's going to be in Eddie's back garden.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, we're all pushing each other. Like Ted's on a couple of weeks before us, but we're all in the gym now. We're all in camp and we're all getting ready together. So it just makes it a bit easier,
Before I let you go, you were, as I say, pretty much bang on. You didn't predict the stoppage, but you did predict a dominant performance from Tyson Fury. We've obviously heard the news of Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua around the corner. You're going to predict the same thing?
Anthony Joshua and thingy, I reckon Fury reckon dominate him early rounds and maybe get a late stoppage, if not points.
Okay, well you heard it here first. He was very, very accurate last time with his prediction, Felix Cash. Always a pleasure catching up with you. Thanks very much to, speaking to boxing socially distanced today. Thanks very much, Felix Cash. Look forward to catching up with you soon and seeing you back in the ring at Fight Camp.
Thank you very much, Cheers.